Okay, good evening, everyone. Today's topic is very crucial one. It's called the intuition. The reason why I have, the topic to intuition is because um, we have witnessed a very tragic incident of the air crash, and all of us are heartbroken whether we are connected to it or not. But it has been a very tragic event. And in the event of that, there are stories of people who have survived it at the last moment. So, what happened exactly? So, talking about the sole passenger who survived, of course, blessings. And then there is one more story. Savjibai Timbadia. This is the person who cancelled his ticket last moment and postponed it. Can you guess the reason why? Because he said that he heard a voice telling him that he shouldn't board the Dreamliner. It's not good. He should stop. He should stop the boarding, even though he was really, hellbound and going to London to meet someone. But still, he postponed it because he heard an inner voice. What is inner voice? Inner voice is intuition. Intuition is inner tuition, a voice that tells you what to do, what not to do, if you listen to it, if you tune into it. So, what happens with intuition? It comes from a very higher realm. When you are ready, receptive mode, then you receive the intuition. Your inner soft voice tells you what to do, what is right, where you should go, and what step you need to take. And it saves you at times like these. So, how can we harness the power of intuition? How do we know if it's intuition or some other voice or the voice of ego? Because at times it happens that many people are confused. They say that we did this, but nothing came out of it. We did that, but it didn't result in anything positive. So, what is happening here? The thing is that we first need to understand that there are voices in our head, good, bad, negative, voice of ego, and then there is the voice of intuition. Only a true practitioner can actually distinguish in between all of these voices. For anyone who's a beginner, who's starting, who's a novice, who would want to harness the power of his or her intuition, because we are all naturally gifted with it. But with the chaos of life and everyday things that we have to face, the practicality and the way we need to think and logically about a lot of things, it dies down. Okay, so what happens with most of the normal people or people who are not practicing meditation or not naturally tuned into this blessing, they are finding it very chaotic for themselves to actually understand or distinguish. I will try to explain how the voice of ego and the intuition are different. So here I would like to say that there are things like whenever you hear a voice within yourself that something is right or wrong or whatever it is. So first you need to ask yourself the question that where is this voice coming from? Is it coming from fear? Is it coming from worry? Is it coming from excessive thinking? Is it coming from your logical mind? If the answer to any of these questions is yes, then it is the voice of ego. It's not intuition. I'm sorry to say that. But if once you're absolutely peaceful, you're absolutely centered, and you hear a voice, very soft voice, or you hear a guidance, or you have a feeling, very strong gut feeling about something, that is intuition. That is your connection with the higher power that is guiding you and asking you to do certain things or not, or take a step or not to take a step. That is what happened with that passenger who immediately postponed his flight. And today he's thanking God. And he himself says that it's something within himself that he heard telling him, guiding him not to do it. I wish majority of the people were really tuned into their intuition. They might have faced a different fate. But anyway, God bless them and their souls. So here I would like to say that Everyone should practice meditation regardless of the time, morning, evening, whenever you get time, whenever you feel like you can now dedicate a few minutes, 5 to 10 minutes beginning for anyone. You should dedicate your time towards meditation, tuning in. That is what meditation is all about. Meditation is not just about, gaining something, it is about losing something, losing your anger, losing your ego, and losing yourself away, taking yourself away from all the chaos this practical life is causing you, all the worries, everything. You need to drop that down, and once you reach that state where you are centered, where you are one with God, with the higher power, whosoever you believe, whosoever you follow, then things start changing for you. You feel different about everything. You start viewing everything very differently. And that is when the power of intuition comes into play. It helps you. At times, I have experienced it so strongly myself because I'm an intuitive empath that many times I have cancelled my plans for so many things. And then I came to know that something else happened. It didn't happen. Last moment cancellation of plans. Things didn't work out for that particular thing. And I was glad that I didn't invest it. So I'll tell you one incident of my life where one of my friends was highly invested in a company that was doubling up the money. So he said that, I invested money in it and I'm really getting it back, although all the return of investment is happening every month, I'm getting back. I said, well, by which means? How? He said, I don't know, but I'm getting double. So I'm investing 30, I'm getting 60 every month. So why don't you do it? And something within me said, you have to stop it. You have to stop. You don't have to go there. You don't have to put your money into it. You do nothing about it. Just sit. Because within a month, you will know that something else has happened. And actually, the company shut down. He lost his money, and I was glad I didn't invest it any. And then he came to me and said, what led you to decide that you are not going to invest in it? I said, my intuition, it denied me. It said that you shouldn't take this step. There is no logic to intuition. That's the biggest thing. You don't have any information about anything, anyone around anything, no information that you can actually calibrate or you can really rely on any data, nothing. And then there is this thing, intuition, that comes into your mind that forces you, that voice, that don't do this, take this step, or be this way, go that road, and without any logic, without any reasoning, just do it because you're being guided by higher power. You don't need to explain yourself how, where are you getting this from? Even after taking that step, you won't be able to understand how it happened with you, how it came to you, because the source is only one. The universe, the universal power, God, the unified energy, the bigger brain that we are connected to. And I'll tell you one more magical thing. If you really want to tune into the universe, the best time is when you wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning. And when you wake up at that time, you are actually tuned into the highest power, the highest unified brain, the universe that we call. At that time, when you pray, when you meditate, you get answers. You get gifts, get blessings beyond anything that is inexplicable. Can't explain it. And that's the reason why majority of the practitioners wake up at 4 a.m. and do their spiritual practices. So I'd encourage if you can, then it's very good. If you can't, then try doing a small meditation every day, 5 to 10 minutes, just sitting in silence or doing nam jap or doing some kind of prayer or something that gives you peace, that centers you. Begin with that. Because for us who are working, taking care of our homes, our families, everything, it becomes very difficult to take our time and understand that. And that's very logical. So, taking small step towards it and trying to understand that you need to first be peaceful from within. And how will this peace come? This peace will only come when you disconnect yourself from this chaotic world, from these people, from everything around you, from all the voices around you, and tune in. And when you tune in, things start changing. It becomes beautiful. Your experience, everything. You start experiencing different things. You start experiencing beautiful vibrations. You start feeling tingling in your, head, maybe here, maybe this space, or the third eye. And that's where you're getting all your blessings from, all your, you know, positive vibrations. That is how God, your spirit guides, your angels are communicating with you. Whichever way, whatever name you give them, whatever you call them, that is how it all begins. And once that starts happening in your life, I'm pretty much sure you too will feel absolutely super blessed. So, this is all I wanted to say because I felt extremely guided to bring up this topic. And I would really wish that your awareness level would increase a coming time and you will start experiencing the miracles of and power of prayer in your life too, just the way that I've been experiencing it. So if anyone's having any kind of question or any query, they can ask me.
Premji. Yes,
Ah,
Premji.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Um, I'm wanting to ask you, uh, Mondays, not every Monday, but some Mondays, I'm able
Mm-hmm.
to join a group meditation
Mm-hmm.
in that occurs in Kuala Lumpur, but I live in Johor Bahru. But it's a Zoom platform.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, after the meditation, I usually continue with my day's chores.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a I don't know what to call myself, but I'm a person who minds the home. I make sure that early morning the place is clean without chemicals. There's some
Mm-hmm.
eco balance.
Mm-hmm.
So and when I'm doing all those chores, it's as though I'm doing it in a meditation form. It's not like a chore. It's like a practice. It's like a meditative practice, and I thoroughly enjoy it. That I'm bringing cleanliness, I'm bringing calmness to the environment. The family can enjoy the atmosphere I'm trying to conduce around the home. I find that this form of activity gives me a sense of balance.
Mm-hmm.
I do not. I don't know. I'm 67. I can't sit quietly in one place. I'm too restless. But I enjoy doing this, and I continue the whole day. The day goes on very, very nice. Little things don't bother me so much. No little stuff. I think it is the biggest stuff in life. I joined in late just now. You talked about intuition. I find that, yeah, like there's a person who is I met in Singapore. She met coincidentally, but she was practicing meditation from another person, a guru or whatever. But when we try to communicate with her, we find that she was reacting towards our communication. She felt like probably she felt like she was being manipulated by us. So that was not my intention. So I found that there are people who claim to do meditation. Sometimes they have uh, a kind of I don't know, a kind of shroud they put upon themselves. But when it comes to them really interacting with another fellow human being, that mask somehow or other falls off.
Mm.
Yeah. So not really a question as per se, but it's something that I share at my perspective. Thank you.
Of course, I understand. So whatever you're trying to say, first thing I'd like to congratulate you. You are really doing well. It's called being mindful. So you're being very aware, very alert, and you are doing everything in a meditative state that goes beyond what people do meditation while sitting or sitting in silence or doing something like praying or something. So that is very good. You are going in a very good direction and reaching a very good level. God bless you. That's very good. And as for your question or your opinion about people wearing a kind of mask who practitioners who are doing meditation, I will explain a very easy to understand thing. Okay, so let's take a glass full of dirty water. Okay, and that water is uh, being put under a kind of beautiful pure stream, so it is already full. Okay, that is our mind, or anyone's mind, or anyone's karmas. That's called sanchit karmas. Okay, the karmas that come from past that we carry into this life. So each one of us are carrying that. We cannot empty it all of a sudden. We can't. Because we are supposed to do it on divine timing of time that we are supposed to understand and exchange our karmas with each other. And that also often decides about the mentality of the person, how they behave, how they're going to be in this world. So when we put that dirty water under a trickling stream of pure water, so what happens? The pure water is coming in and the dirty water is slowly falling out. So it keeps on falling out, falling out, falling out until it is absolutely pure. That is how your Sanchit karmas are defined and cleared by the divine blessing. So any practitioner who is into meditation and still behaving that way, they are still resolving their karmas. And
Correct.
the thing that is on the surface is going to come out first.
Yeah.
So that is the reason why all of this is happening. And then there are some very, very divine attuned beings who are into meditation, and you will see them absolutely calm, very serene, because they have dealt with it. It's done. That is how blessings, prayers, and meditation work. So everything that is inside of us start coming out. I hope you understand now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, glad to answer that. Anyone else would like to discuss anything or ask me anything?
Hello, Runjhun.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can.
Okay, one moment. Let me switch on that. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Runjhun, thank you for explaining the topic. Uh, I have heard that there are some intuitive people who can read other people's aura and even guide. So, is that possible? Is it a domain of intuition or is it something else?
It is beyond intuition. When you say that some people are blessed to read someone's mind, that you're saying mind readers, are you talking about? Or people, then there are people who are tricksters who
Mm,
know, who can read your micro expressions and analyze them and tell you whatever is going on. Or are
no,
you
not mind
talking
reading, because
you're talking
yeah,
about people who
not
read
not mind
auras?
readers.
Okay. You're talking about
Yeah,
people who read auras? See, our
yeah.
aura, our energy field is defined by our thoughts, our feelings, and our health condition, and also
Hmm.
our spiritual level. So, all of these things mix. Those people who are gifted or who, have reached that level of seeing auras of people are actually able to read it. I have
Okay.
seen and I've been with these kind of people, and they are very gifted and they are very accurate in reading auras. They can tell you when something is about to happen or something is not going to happen, why it's not happening, when it's going to happen, that event. If you are interested in all these practicalities, they can tell you if you are about to manifest a disease in your life just by
Hmm.
looking at your aura, and then they can also tell you about your health condition immediately, even if you don't tell them about anything. So there are people like
Okay.
that. Of course, those spiritual people are there. And then we have
Okay.
various kinds of tools that can actually take a print of your aura, take your
Mhm.
picture with all your aura around it, everything and all, and then decode it for you. So there are
Okay.
two kinds of people. Some people who can actually see it with naked eye and tell you all about it. They are very
Mhm.
high level spiritual beings, and they have reached a very high level of spirituality after a
Yeah.
long practice. And then there are others who have reached that level that they have the use of the tools that they can decode your aura.
Okay.
So I hope I'm able to
Thank you.
clarify that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was very well explained, especially that whether it's your ego speaking or it's your intuition, we get really confused about that. That are we able to tap to our real intuition, or are we just making it up? So,
Thank
can
you
you give
very
some
much.
more examples of it? Like, how can we distinguish it?
See, real intuition doesn't bear any mark of logic or reasoning. You can never, logically tell that I have taken this step or I have done something like this because I have that information. Or I was told this, this source told me or this person told me. You can never put a finger on it. You just have this knowing from inside. It's like I just know I shouldn't do this. I just know I should take this road. I should know I shouldn't be doing that. It's a knowing. It's a very, different thing without having any information about that event, person, or anything. With no prior information, no data to, compare or contrast anything with anything like that, or analysis. Can't analyze anything. That is your intuition speaking to you, and your logic, reasoning, your data, your past experience, everything when you put together, that is only your logical mind, your ego that is stopping you from doing something or whatever, or asking you to do it. And the results are maybe positive, maybe negative, but with intuition, you are always getting very, you know, positive results. You will be blessed if you follow your intuition, and you will understand how your life quality is enhanced.
True, true, that's very true. That's in an inner knowing ki yes, possible hai.
Yeah,
Very
actually,
true.
with anything, even if you are taking a path, if you have decided that I'm going to take this action, and you feel that this is right, no matter what, whatever the people are saying, whatever your logical mind is saying, and you feel like I have to follow, I have to do this, that is your intuition. That is your inner guide. That is your inner knowing telling you, because our spirit is much more in wisdom and in tune with the higher power than our mind, because our mind comes from body, but our spirit has accumulated the wisdom of so many past lifetimes, and our soul knows something beyond our body. So we need to follow that.
Thanks for sharing that.
Thank you.
Anything else anyone would like to share or ask?
You're talking about intuition today. I really, really, I really, I really, really like this topic because, um, like before I knew I was gonna be a peace facilitator for Cancer Society, and I
Mm-hmm.
visualized that, and it came through. So I can say that intuition really plays a important tool for success.
Mm-hmm.
So I do a lot of meditation, a lot of being, just being me. And today Prem Singh Rawat has said, just be you, just be, just be you. My founder is my founder for peace education uh, was from Nepal. So he said, and he's also a Punjabi. He said that just be you. So most of the time, the intuition sometimes what we think we become. Like we are, like people say, we are what we eat, we are what we become, we are what we think. So thank you very much for this session. Really, really enlightening. Thank you.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I've been guided to do this session, and whatever I said, it's not pre-planned or nothing was prepared in advance. It just came out. It's just all of it, and I felt like I should let everyone know about it so that they can start their journey and they can connect to divine because it's always available for us. He is always there. God is always there. That source, that knowledge, that wisdom is always there for us. We just need to tune into it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
You see you next week, hopefully.
Yes.
Next week, if another
Yeah.
Okay,
session.
thank you.
Yeah.
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 Thank you so much, Runjhun.
Okay,
You covered it so well in such a short time. So thank you for
thank
bringing
you.
our attention to intuition. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
God bless all.
Yeah.
Thank you.